How's it going, everyone? I'm Gonzer, and today we are going to be covering episode 25 of the Pokemon anime, Pokemon Journey / Pokemon 2019. So, we have a good one on our hands, guys. A very, very, very good one on our hands. But before we start, I want to, we have people here who will not watch the video and then they'll comment whining and bitching, okay? The last video that I put up, I was talking about how watching the dub of Pokemon Journeys changed my opinion of the anime. If people would have watched the video, they would have known that my change of opinion had nothing to do with it being a dub. It had to do with that I watched the episodes in a row on Netflix, okay? But, nevertheless, people go in there, you shouldn't let the dub change your opinion. I didn't. It's weird how people are like that. But, so why am I talking about this? Because the preview to this episode, it says, Pokemon Journeys finally delivers. What do I mean by that? Pokemon Journeys finally delivering is they promised us, character returns. They promised us all sorts of crap. And it seems like we are finally at a point where they are starting to deliver on that promise. And it's a long-awaited episode, guys. Let's just get right into it. Very happy to review this one, okay? So the episode starts out with Ash stealing Pikachu's cookies and being like a total asshole about it. And Pikachu's like crying and stuff. Oh man, it's not very cool. But anyway, they're on a plane to Kalos, and we find out in a minute that they're going to Shalour City. And Go is planning to go out catching, and Ash is going to be in what we find out later is kind of like a place where you can just go battle. Like if you're in the Pokemon World Championships, you can just come here and challenge people to battles and rank up and all that, I don't know, dude. If I was Ash, I'd just be hanging out here all the time. We catch up with Go after they're off the plane. It just goes to this scene, and he is catching a Handrock. Handrock! That's his name. Don't tell me any different. So he catches that, and then he sees like a Flabébé fly by and runs off, right? So we catch up with Ash. He's at a stadium in Shalour City. Did I say that already? And he is battling this Clawitzer? Is that what it is? Clauncher, Clawitzer, whatever. And for some reason, when Pikachu thunderbolts this fucker, it does nothing despite that he should be weak to it. And its weird trainer is just like, ha ha ha, I have magic power against that. I have steel magic power, some shit. Very weird. But then we get this close-up of Korrina. He's like, what now, Satoshi? I think that's kind of weird dialogue for her. I think that if you took her dialogue from XY, I think her reply here would have been, she would have been confident that Ash had an answer here. But, this is not like super far off or super weird or anything. I'm just saying. So, what now? Of course, he pulls out his magic tail and smacks him in the head with it. And he fucking kills it, dude. He kills it. This is the trainer of the Clawitzer. He killed his Clawitzer. Fucking killed it. I can't believe that. And Ash, he has the nerve to celebrate. God, what a butthole. They're all celebrating, all happy. So we find out this is Ash's third consecutive win, meaning he just rolled up into Kalos just winning everything. And we see his rank here, 1022. So then they kind of describe what the event is that he's at. It's, you would think they would know who Ash is here. That's one of the errors of the episode. There is nitpicky things to say about this episode. It is good as far as a Pokemon Journeys episode, but Pokemon will never have that full-blown perfect continuity thing going on. I don't know, man. I wish they would. But Ash saved your damn region, guys. So we get this preview here, montage here, of Go catching bunches of Pokemon. Lots of Flabébés. He gets a Phantump. That's cool. Oh, this is the coolest one. This is one that I'd really like to see again, but, I don't think they'll do anything with it. I think he'll just be another one on Go's checklist. Frickin' Fletchender. Whoa, a red Flabébé! Right when he's about to go and watch Ash. In his battles. He sees a red Flabébé and runs off after it again. Okay? So sorry that this image is cloaked in darkness. That was an accident. But Ash is basically telling them, his team, if I get one more win here, we are going to be in the super class, yo. Ah. But all of a sudden they start feeling aura. Uh-oh. And who do they find? Uh-oh. And Pikachu recognizes immediately that it is Korrina's Lucario. And Lucario's like, yeah, dude. That is me. Even Ash realizes that the Lucario is Korrina's Lucario. That is very good. I mean, it has a freaking cuff on its hand. Has the Mega Evolution Stone. You know, that's a kind of unique thing to add, so he should have noticed kind of quicker, in my opinion. It's kind of weird, but at least he didn't not know what it was. Okay? Happy with that. Then Korrina runs up, and you know, they say hello. They have a long conversation here. She introduces herself to Ash's team, and then she, you know, kind of takes a special interest in Ash's Riolu, who Ash tells her about. Yeah, I hatched him from an egg, this, that. And she and Riolu, I think it's a he, we'll find out, but he falls in love with Korrina and her Lucario. And so Korrina brings up, yeah, we had a battle before. It was a legendary battle. And Ash's first response is, I won. Yeah, I won. Ash, you had multiple battles with her. You won one of them. And she's like, that's what you're fixated on? Ash from XY would not say, I won. He would just kind of assume that his team would know that. You know, he was a real winner back then, okay? It's not something he would go and say, I won! No. The anime changes, it does, and that's just something we have to deal with, I guess. But, I really do miss that kid, and I always will, probably. He was a good kid. So Korrina says, you know, I'm in the Pokemon World Championships, which, by the way, the English name is retarded. It's like the World Coronation Cup or some bullshit. She's like, okay, I'm here, I'm gonna go take down, Leon. And Ash is like, what? But Ash doesn't bother telling Korrina that I'm doing the same thing. Golly whiz, doesn't say it. And we see her rank, she is 1001. So they figure out that if they battle each other, one of them's gonna go into the super class, I believe. At this point, with the battle planned, Ash kinda shows who he's gonna battle with. And he says, Pikachu, you're gonna have to look after Riolu. An error kinda comes up here. A weird, I wouldn't really call it an error, but I'd call it a weird writing. They're just trying to make it like Ash and Riolu, or Pikachu and Riolu were like hyped to go, but you'll see like later, like they try to get in the battle anyway, and despite Ash told them that they're not going to be in the battle right there. It's very weird. So we catch up with Go back in the forest trying to catch frickin' Flabébés. Raboot he just decides to kick his fire rock at literally nothing with no sense of anything there. Like, you'll see what I'm talking about here because he's kicking it at Gurkinn's Lucario, but what was Gurkinn's Lucario doing? I mean, come on, Raboot, this is not Sanpei. I don't think he would be sneaking up on you, but whatever, dude. Very weird scene, very Froakie, Frogadier-esque kind of scene. Greninja-esque, you know. So he gets a hit there, and he prevents the rock from hitting him, I mean. The Flaming Rock Kick. Let's just call it that. We know what the move is called, but let's just call it the Flaming Rock Kick. Very weird. And so Go sees the Lucario, despite the giant Mega Evolution Stone on its frickin' wrist. He's like, I'm gonna catch it! You think Go thinks that he can throw a ball at that Lucario and catch it? He has another thing coming to him, dude, but that's his MO, man. He's gonna be like, I got a ball, I'm gonna throw the ball, Mom. That's him. That'll always be my Go impersonation. Look, Mom, I threw a ball. You're a little bitch, Go. I don't think your greed is a bad thing. Gurkinn is kind of like happy he wanted to catch his Lucario. Very weird. And he shows Gurkinn the Pokemon that he has caught thus far. And him and Gurkinn talk, and Gurkinn is like, yo, I'm going over here to watch my granddaughter. She's doing her thing over here, yo. And Go is like, yo, my friend's over there participating too. We're from Kanto, da-da-da. And Gurkinn is like, yo, I haven't heard of that in a while. Haven't heard of Kanto in a while. My daughter is friends with a kid from there named Satoshi. So they figured out that they kind of have mutual friends here. And so we catch back up here with the battle between Ash and Korrina finally starting. See, look at this. This is very awkward. Ash already told them they're out of the battle, and I know it's like a cutesy thing, but very weird. Very, very weird. You stay here. Okay. His opponent is my granddaughter. What? So here's one of my issues with the episode. Like, the only thing that like really annoys me about the episode, really, let's be honest here, is that this freaking Mine Shao, he just absolutely ruins Ash's Gengar. Ash's Gengar gets 0 hits in. I don't know, I think he gets high jump kicked, then he gets U-turned, and then Lucario just comes out and uses like, what is Lucario's punch move? Doesn't matter. Someone can tell in the comments what Lucario's punch move is. Not a big deal. So he's just getting his ass kicked, like ridiculously. You know, you would think that they would bother trying to protect Gengar more than they are here. And you might hear me use that kind of language, like protect, heal, face. I'm using kind of like circus, carny, like wrestling kind of language. I've always used that kind of language. And yeah, what I mean by that is you would think that you would write Gengar to the point that he never ever looks weak, never looks bad. Or if you have to make him look bad, you would do things to soften the blow, okay? For example here, one thing that could have softened the blow is him just getting 1 attack in. So they did nothing to soften the blow here. They just bitched out Gengar. Straight up. Okay, so he gets bone rushed, is that what it's called? Yeah, and he just gets his ass kicked. Not 1 hit. You know, the U-turn is what brought Lucario out, just so you guys understand. That Mine Shao performed a U-turn. This is a good line for Go, actually. But Satoshi will still win, I'm sure. That's a good line. That is a very XY kind of line. Ash's friends need to believe in him and think very highly of him if you expect him to be a good trainer. Happy with this line. I think they handled Go in this, as far as watching a battle, they handled him here better than they did in previous battles that he watched. So Ash throws out Dragonite, and you know, this is a dragon dance apparently, but like with tons and tons of spinning. And Dragonite just kind of whoops this Mine Shao's ass. It's funny because it goes in here for like a high jump kick. Dragonite just takes the high jump kick and fucking knocks him out. It's pretty crazy. High jump kick is like, that's no joke, man. Like, you shouldn't have taken that hit, Dragonite. Come on, man. See, this is something I want to talk about here, guys. This episode has showed a lot of weird upskirt images of Korrina. I don't know why they do this. I wish they'd stop this crap. You know, there are enough weird sexual deviant types in the Pokemon community. We don't need that shit. It's ridiculous. It's funny because I sound like a 1950s dad, but, you know, at least it's a cartoon character. That's why I'm not absolutely angry, because, like, you know, I don't care. You know, she's a cartoon character. The truth is, yeah, she is kind of dressed like a teenager. She is made to look like a late teenager, and, you know, she is drawn, you know, not like she's 10, a little older. So a lot, I don't know. It's, people will like what they will like, but this is meant to be a fucking kid, guys. So I would rather they didn't sexualize it, but I'm not super duper angry about it. I'll just leave it there, okay? Ash says, oh, I think it's time that you show us what Lucario can really do. So we get this Mega Evolution hype coming in, and Gurkinn is like, oh, ho, ho, here it comes, and goes like, here to what comes, do. And she goes, Mega Shinka! Or whatever it is. It's way cooler in Japanese, man, than in English when they say that. I think it's Mega Shinka. That sounds a lot cooler than Mega Evolution. And Ash just gets his rape face on. So just so you know, like, whenever Ash gets his freaking rape face on like that, like, man, shit is about to go. So we see a lot of talk from these two on the side, and Gurkinn says to Go, like, is this your first time seeing it? Go is like, yeah. and Go gets that kind of blushy look on his face, which we are going to talk a bit about later, okay? I knew it existed, but holy crap. So, you know, we get this fight between Dragonite and Lucario. This is a good battle. This is good enough of a battle. You know, they did their job here. They got it done. And really my only problem with this battle is that they bitched out Gengar. I don't, you know, if Gengar would have lost with a couple of hits gotten in, fine. But I don't know why you would bitch out a character like that. I don't know. It was not a smart move. We already know that Korrina is a formidable opponent. We already know that. So I don't know what they were doing, but okay. This is another interesting part. She says, "You're being careful, huh, Satoshi? It's not like you." So they're basically what they're trying to do here is something that I don't agree with, and I think what happened is a layperson, someone who is not very smart. I think a layperson was kind of thinking of a way to aver that Ash from Pokemon Journeys has gotten better than he was during the XY saga. Fair enough. That's good that they want to say that. But one thing that I don't think they understood is that Ash during XY had the benefit of Paul behind him, and that is, he was very objective. He wasn't uncareful, he was just objective, which is something that he really didn't do other than very late Diamond and Pearl, like the battle against Paul and XY. So I think that's something that Ash has been missing, not something that was wrong about him. Not in any way. It was what made him a very intelligent battler. Mega Lucario like throws its freaking Aura Sphere, and Dragonite is trying to avoid it, you know? And he tries to like Hyper Beam it out of the freaking air at the last second. I don't know how they would have even hit Dragonite. Dragonite was flying around like wee 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 wee. Pretty nuts. But he gets hit by the Destroyer Beam, and now Lucario like is still on top of him, dude. Bang, 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 you're freaking dead. And Pikachu and Riolu here, holy crap! Yeah, holy crap moment is right. He freaking sent Dragonite like across this giant field. And but Dragonite gets up. Dragon is like, I don't care. Nothing does anything to me. Ash is just like, Hurricane! And we see rocks and all that pelting Lucario. And they're acting like it's very impressive for some reason. It's very weird. Like, how is this even possible? That's a very, very Korrina line. It's a very, very good line. They must have at least watched the episode. They might have not understood Pokemon well from back then, but they at least watched the episode when they wrote it. And here's Go. Here comes Satoshi's craziness. Okay, here's the funniest part. We see this, it's actually covered up by me, okay? We see this shot like a million times, many, many times throughout the episode. And here, I'm gonna unveil it. The millionth time we see the shot, there's a frickin' kid who flies away, like really slowly in the background. Ah! That's funny. So to stop the pelting of all the rocks, Lucario throws an Aura Sphere in two directions and it just stops. Magic. Super duper magic. And she's like, grow a punch! Which Ash is like, no, Dragon Claw. And then they just hit each other, right? Sweet. They both fall. They do the standy-uppy thing. Oh, who's gonna fall first? And guess who falls first? It is Lucario. I thought Ash may have, like I said, Ash didn't need to win this battle. But they kind of used this episode as just kind of fanfare and to kind of do more in the beginnings for Riolu. I'm fine with this episode. I'm fine with the outcome here. I think they did a very good job. And I hope we see Korrina more down the line. Maybe not battling with Ash, because Ash just beat her twice. We need to see her down the line, because she has the same goal. She's someone who they could easily add to the cast for like simple episodes down the line, and she's someone who can offer important development to Ash's Riolu, which will evolve. Dragonite, he hugs Ash. They fall on the ground, almost dies. We find out that Ash is number 921, and he has ranked up. and he celebrates, "Yay, I'm in the super duper class, wow." And we get this exchange here where Riolu runs out on the field, and Korrina kind of apologizes to Riolu, but Riolu still loves Korrina and her Lucario. Absolutely adorable. So at the end, we get this blushing moment from Go. "You really moved me." "Oh, that was all thanks to Dragonite. He worked so hard." And as they're saying their goodbyes, the white Flabebe, which is the last one that Go needed to catch, runs by and they run after it, okay? The last thing I want to talk about here is Go. This is review over. Episode's an A. Episode is good. I think the episode is easily the second best episode in the season. You know, I'm not going to give it an A+, but I will give it an A. I think it was very good. I think I would give it a lower rating if I had to judge it like on like pure continuity, but you know, for Pokemon Journeys, for what they're trying to do here, it was a good episode, very good episode. So, what do I want to talk about here? I want to talk about how there have been people sending me threats over the fact that I said just because Go makes these faces, these kind of blushy faces at Ash when he is very inspired by Ash, I said that doesn't make the character gay, and that you should give the character free reign and the writers free reign to decide whether Go ends up being gay. And I also said in the episode, you know, I don't know why we care about children being gay, okay? Or non-binary or trans. When this episode, whatever, came out, there were a lot of articles saying, "Oh, this character is non-binary and trans and this and that," and it just wasn't true. It just wasn't true. So a lot of people are very angry with me over the fact that I pointed out that that was not true, and I just want you guys to be aware that I am getting multiple threats from people just over a frickin' old video where I point out that doesn't really make sense and that he should be allowed to, you know, whatever happens in the anime happens. We shouldn't just believe things that aren't true. But, you know, if you want to write a fan fiction where Go is gay or whatever, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anything. You can do that. It doesn't do anything. I don't know. Some people get really upset over things that don't really make sense. I don't know. I think that what happened is that an old video of mine about that, I think that it must have gotten shared somewhere, and all of a sudden people think it's a good idea to come and threaten me just because I said that this character, you should just allow him to pick, the writers and him, whatever, should be allowed to pick his future instead of just you just posting a future on him. If he's gay tomorrow, I will still love Go. You know, I'll still think everything's the same about him. I think he's a character that I could do a lot with. I don't really trust them with the character. I think that his catching shit is really stupid, and I think they have a lot of work to do with the character, but I'm not going to hate him because he's gay. It's ridiculous. But, so that will do it for today, guys. If you guys would like, you guys can like, comment, subscribe, and share. Most importantly, share. As I said last time, my goal, I have like 2.5 months, and I'm trying to get to 1K in 2.5 months. Lately, I have had a lot of work in my life, like a ton of work. My mom retired, so I've been helping her. She's like a freaking pack rat, guys. So I've been helping her with her moving stuff from her classroom. She's a teacher, and lots of work, lots of stuff to figure out, and lots of stuff to get done. So hopefully I'll be able to pick up on uploads here sometime soon, and I really want to get after subscribers. That's my main goal right now. This channel, at this point, I'm gonna say, like, the channel's been unfairly placed. It's like really stupid. Like, this channel should be much bigger than 500 subs by now. Especially with like the reception to a lot of my videos. Like, a lot of my videos do pretty well, but whatever, guys. Things happen as they do, but that's what I want to do now. I really want to push for that 1,000, and hopefully we get there soon. But until later, guys. Peace out, cats.